Hi, my name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV. Hi, my name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV. Hi, my name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV. Hi, my name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV.
Welcome to this very special event. It's the All People's Congress, Second National Delegates Congress. Now, if you're an APC member and you fail the next test, then trouble for you, because I'm going to say, APC, APC, APC. Clap for yourselves. Oh, clap for yourselves. Thank you very much. Now there's another test. By the way, my name is Kafui. I'm the chief examiner of the APC test for this morning or this afternoon. So now we have 16 regions. And when it comes to the new regions, I'll find out whether you know what the capitals of the new regions are. But I understand that the regional representatives of APC are all here. So if Ashanti region is in the house, please be on your feet so we can clap for you. Ashanti region, just wave with us. Ashanti region, thank you very much. And now, for Ahafo. If you're not from Ahafo, what is the capital of Ahafo? Ahafo. Those of you who are not from Ahafo, what's the capital city of Ahafo? Go, so is Ahafo in the house? Raise your hand if you are in house. Ahafo. 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 Ahafo, wave at us. Clap for Ahafo, please. Bono. Formerly Brown Ahafo, now Bono. Bono, is Bono in the house? Let's clap for Bono, please. Thank you very much. New region is coming. Bono East. What's the capital of Bono East? Techiman. Is Techiman in the house? Techiman, just wave to us. Techiman. Let's clap for Techiman. Okay. Central region. Wave for us. Clap for them. Inyo. Central is in the house. The flowers from Koforidua are here. Eastern region. APC Eastern region. Just show by hand. Let's clap for them. Eastern, thank you. Greater Accra region, APC Greater Accra region, show by hand. Let's clap for them. Thank you very much. Another new region. This one is Northeast. Capital of Northeast. Northeast. Raise your hand. Wave your hand if you're from Northeast. Northeast. Wave for us. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's clap for Northeast. Northeast is in the house. Northern region. Tamale and all the beautiful towns. Northern. Let's clap for Northern. Thank you so much. Savannah, new region. Savannah, Damongo and all the towns. Let's clap for Savannah. Upper East region. Upper East. Yes, big contingent. Upper East, well done. Upper West is in the house. Thank you very much. And we have new region, Oti region. Dambai and everybody else. Oti is in the house. Thank you. Volta region. And everybody else. Volta region is in the house. Volta region. And two more regions. Western region, Takrady, Sekondi. Yes, thank you. And last but not the least, Western North. We also, and all the other towns, Western North. Let's put our hands together for all the regional representatives who have made it to this event. Thank you very much. Before we start, just a couple of announcements. Kindly put your phones on silent. We want this event to go without the ringtones. You can put it on silent or off. If you're very busy and you know people will be calling you, put it on silent, but you don't want to hear the ringtones. The washrooms, by the way, are behind this building. So when you step out, you take a right and a right again, and the washrooms are behind us. Whoever chose for us to do this event at Underbridge did a great job. They have the finest washrooms in any event venue I've been to. You can sleep in those washrooms. Very beautiful washrooms. So if you want to use them, it's behind. We have water, so if you're thirsty, we'll make sure we get water for you. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, please be on your feet as we welcome the chairman, the founder, and the presidential candidate of the All People's Congress, Dr. Hassan Ayariga.
and you're watching KOFI TV. Hi, my name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV.
Ayariga, Ghana, APC, APC, Yawa and Cabo, Ghana, APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ghana, the APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya, Ghana, APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. Ayariga, the APC, APC, Yawa and Cabo, Ghana, APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ayariga, the APC.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special event. It's the second National Delegates Congress of the All People's Congress, APC. My name is KOFI TV. It's my pleasure to be your master of ceremonies. And at this point, I would like to invite the General Secretary of the APC to do us the honors of the opening prayer. Please, with a big round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Mordecai Thiombiano, General Secretary of APC, for the opening prayer to kick off this very historic event, the second National Delegates Congress of the All People's Congress.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. MC. With all humility, shall we all rise? Let's be in the mode of prayer right now. Heavenly Father, we give you all the praise. We bless your holy name, for indeed you are God above all other gods. Father, thank you for giving us another day, O God. Indeed, we are grateful to you in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the Son of the living God. Thou Son of David, unto thee, O God, do we put our trust. Let us not be put to shame. Father, we invite your holy presence to take absolute control in the name of Jesus. We come against every arising tongue of the enemy, against our lives and against this program in the mighty name of Jesus. Spirit of the living God, indeed, you are God above all other gods. Let your name be praised. In the name of Jesus Christ, we pray thanksgiving. Amen.
Many thanks, Mr. Thiombiano, General Secretary of the APC, for a short but very powerful prayer. The theme of our Congress today is transforming Ghana and restoring hope. Transforming Ghana and restoring hope at this event, which will be climaxed by an address from the chairman of the party, the founder, and the presidential candidate, who will speak to us. And ahead of that, we'll have the acclamation of the executives of the party. But for any event of this nature, you need a chair to steer the affairs of the event. And our chairman, distinguished chairman, is a retired civil servant. He's a former national vice chair of the People's National Convention. He's a businessman. And in 96 and 2000, he was the parliamentary candidate for the PNC in the Bunkurugu constituency. He also spent some time with the late and great Dr. Hilary Mann when he was with his People's National Party. He's very excited to chair this particular event. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, let us welcome our chairman for the event, Mr. David Nibi. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC, for the good things said about me. I'm really pleased, and indeed it's a pleasure to be called upon to chair this August function. At the moment, all I can say is to plead with you, all delegates, invited guests, to support me in this function so that it will be very successful, and at the end of it all, we'll pat each other on the shoulder. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Africa Telema Dance Ensemble for the beautiful music. And when you go to an event and you hear music running like that, it means the MC and other people are talking, and we are giving you music to enjoy while we are sorting things out. So it's good for you to give us that beautiful musical break. More from them pretty soon. We have a few more people to introduce apart from the chairman. One of them will be sitting on the high table at this moment. He is the Director for Electoral Services at the Electoral Commission of Ghana. Let us welcome Dr. Sribo Kweku from the Electoral Commission to come up and take his seat on the high table. We are pleased to have in our presence independent presidential candidate in the person of Mr. Jacob Say Yewa Joy. Good to see you. Give us a wave. Let us know you're here. There he is. Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to acknowledge the presence of all the regional representatives who are here with us. So I'll mention all the regions, and then all of you regional representatives will stand so that we can give you a big round of applause. So we have from Ashanti, Ahafo, Bono East, Central, Eastern, Greater Accra, Northeast, Northern, Savannah, Upper East, Upper West, Oti, Volta, Western, and Western North. All regional representatives, please stand up. Please stand up. Let's give them all a big round of applause as we respond to the cry, APC! 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 Thank you very much. Please take your seats. We do also have with us a representative from the Great Consolidated Popular Party and from the United Front Party. At the right time, I shall unveil their identities and they shall give us their solidarity messages. We will now hear about the history of this great party, for which reason we are here for the second National Delegates Congress. And the speaker, the one to do the introduction, is an accountant, an entrepreneur, and a politician who spent his childhood between Accra and Boku in the Upper East, relocated to Nigeria with his parents after the overthrow of the government of Dr. Hila Liman. His father actually was the member of parliament for Boku in that administration. He was educated at Ghana Secondary School and at Barewa College in Zaria in Nigeria. Also received his accountancy training at the London School of Accountancy and has a PhD from the Atlantic International University. He's lived and worked in Europe and for many years and has business interests in Germany and Ghana. And he's the chairman and the founder and the presidential candidate of the All People's Congress. And with a big round of applause, let's welcome, to give us a brief history of this party, Dr. Hassan Ayariga.
Ghana APC, APC, Yawa and Kabon. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ghana the APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. Ayariga the APC, APC, walk.
Joe Boy! Joe Boy! APC! 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 Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Grateful. Very soon I'll be the world leader. Mr. Chairman, Madam First Lady in Waiting, fellow countrymen and women, members of our great party APC, representatives of political parties present, chiefs and religious leaders, all party well-wishers, the media, the security, all protocol duly observed. You are all warmly welcome to the second APC National Delegate Congress. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We thank God for every day, for we are able to survive the deadly disease that has so badly affected our nation. My heart goes out to families that have lost members to corona, both here and abroad. I am happy that many of you have made it to this Congress. We are gathered together here again to demonstrate our love for humanity, our patriotism and love for Mother Ghana. All People's Congress is a political party that was formed in 2016. And the All People Congress is here to mobilize all the people of Ghana to make our nation better, stronger, and great again. Our country deserves better. Ghanaians are tired of the empty promises of the current crop of politicians. We must ensure a radical departure from this type of politics. APC brings you a better alternative to drive a transformation of our society, economy, and politics. Our policies will create a good market for our businessmen, expand business opportunities for our people, create jobs, deliver a decent and proper healthcare system, and ensure access to better quality education for our children. People deserve better from our public school, and we can't all afford private schools. Fellow Ghanaians, I, Hassan Ayariga, will not put Ghana to shame like other current and previous governments have done when you vote for APC to power. The APC is very pregnant with grief and pains endured by Ghanaians who cannot even afford a square meal daily. Like you, I am outraged and cannot be forced to understand why the hopes of our youth are crushed against a concrete wall of bad leadership. Offered by the MPP and the NDC. We have consistently taken the people of this country for granted as the only options they have. Our nation is deeply divided along very partisan lines. People are excluded from opportunities on the basis of party affiliations, and yet they are not exempted from tax obligations by virtue of party affiliations. This is ridiculous and shameful, and we must reject the NDC and the MPP who have turned this country into a milking cow to satisfy their greed, line their pockets as if politics were a war in which the winner is entitled to spoil and corrupt. Because of the exclusiveness tendency of the MPP and NDC, we always have half of our population either being cynical about what the other is doing or actually being obstructive. We can't make progress with just half of our population being committed to anything or being part of any process. That is why we need the All People's Congress. The All People's Congress must be brought to work together to accelerate the pace of transformation. People should not have their businesses collapse because of their political persuasions, their ethnicity, or religious. We will rise again, and Ghana must rise above such petty and destructive partisanship. This is the promise of the APC when voted to power. Ladies and gentlemen, APC government will set up an all-inclusive government to mobilize all the best brains and energies of our rich country to make this country a happy place to live, to work, and to have a decent family. It is time we hear the painful cry from our youth who want a fair nation that gives opportunity to all. We must listen to our farmers who contribute significantly to our food basket, who are unable to get real subsidy prices for agriculture input and who have no credit facilities to help them expand their farms. APC and Hassan Ayariga here and feel the pains you are going through. We are responding positively with resource-oriented governance of this, our great nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana will rise again because we are not going to promise more than we can deliver. But whatever our collective commitment shall be, shall definitely be within our reach. Our collective strength measures up to our combined ambitions. If we put our shoulders together, Ghana will rise again. Ladies and gentlemen, our nation needs a world-class infrastructure to compete favorably within West Africa, and the world at large. Better roads, high-quality schools, producing the best human resource that is innovative and well-skilled, and the best hospital and healthcare system. We need to create an economy that is all-inclusive and shares the benefit of growth equitably to all our population. North and South, East and West, and the center. APC will pursue a program to deliver that, and I know we will succeed because we still have many who believe in the Ghanaian enterprise and the ability to make things happen. The days when you keep voting and hoping for change that never happens are over. We are here to wipe your tears, restore your dignity. We are here to rebuild our institutions of democracy, a free and thriving media, an independent judiciary devoid of partisan control, financial sector that is vibrant and has the confidence of the people. We will restore hope for our youth and confidence in leadership. We will build civil and guide the integrity and cohesion of our nation. We must never make a mistake of taking our cohesion, peace, and stability for granted. And when we made progress, it shall not be seen in Green Book and present in trackers. It should be proclaimed by the good people of Ghana in their daily realities. After all, when they look at their lives, they should see the positive transformation. Nobody needs to tell them with diagrams or illustrations. Our development should not be burdened with debts that will enslave our children and our grandchildren. When we are going to dig out the debt to make progress, we promise a transformation that Ghanaians can afford. We have farmed out almost every resource to foreign ownership and tied everything to debt payment, and we have diminished our national sovereignty. APC will redeem this nation and give back to Ghanaians what is theirs. We will tackle the housing deficit to ensure people have decent homes. We will keep the best motivated army, whose energy and skill will help national development. Our men in uniform have not yet received what is deserving to them for their night patrols. They must be treated with dignity and given the necessary protection together with their loved ones. This is our country and must be transformed with our resources. The stretch of land that lies fallow between Kintampo through to the northern region and to Bolga has the potential to turn our economy around. Serious investment in agriculture. The Kayaya Menace will not expand to this level if investment like this is brought to bear on agriculture and young people are given the opportunity to earn some money through agriculture activities and to be able to pay their children's school fees, to feed them well and a well-balanced diet. This investment is possible if I am determined to turn our agriculture fortune into good opportunity. That shall make Ghana great again, being the major food producer and supplier to the world. We don't need to spend over $1.2 billion in the importation of rice every year. We can produce our own food. Our nurses and teachers must not be subjected to all forms of cruelty and disrespect when they demand what they deserve. Their promotion and allowances must not be developed into a welfare with government. Our teacher union, nurses unions, CLOSAC, and all other unions must be well engaged for the welfare of their members. We must cultivate some spirit of responsiveness, togetherness, and must not be embittered through government policies and programs. I, Hassan Ayariga, is by no any means contended that I have all solutions to all our nation problems, but I believe that with an open and transparent government that is determined to weed out and root out the winner takes it all kind of political syndrome, brings everyone who matter on board with the right mindset, I have the firm conviction that we will get there as a country. Ladies and gentlemen, this country is yearning for a youthful leader. A leader that they can relate with and trust. A leader that they can hope and rely on. A leader that delivers to their doorstep. A leader who believes in the African spirit and nationalism. A leader who is ready to change the narratives of our political system and governance. Our African values must reflect into our political discourse. The value of respect to the elderly. The values of honoring the brave, the heroes, and the heroine. The value of paying homage to our chiefs and queens who continue to shape our traditional laws and governance system. Our chiefs are a rally force of our country and should be given a good place in our government. I am a rural man, and I know the struggles. I have experienced it before, and I know the difficulties Ghanaians go through to make ends meet. It comes through the hard way. Opportunities must be created not by the greed of your region or the political party one belongs to, but by your right as a citizen of Ghana. I can see the wind wheel coming. It is that can change our nation through our endurance of spirit of resistance to corruption, temptation. It is that endurance spirit that will want personal enrichment to the nation building. We shall together crush out the bad nuts in our society whose only aim is to inflict pains to their fellow Ghanaians through their dubious and shoddy deals. Our country is not a milking cow to public officials. Even if they are, it will be made attractive under my government, and I shall restore our value and hope in our country. I will be very honest to you at all times about the state of our nation. We need decency, we need consensus, we need all but to change a new face of our country. A country endowed with so much resources, yet continue to borrow to pay workers, while pile huge public debts and hoping to be paid by our grandchildren. I know things won't be easy as one could think about the stack ahead of us. But we shall together make history for our country if APC is made to govern this country. Our country needs an honest government, not a government that believes one needs to massage figures for popularism purposes. Not a government that believes that our political opponent must be witch hunt and not a government that suppresses the media. No state can survive as a democratic state without the media playing its democratic rules of being the mouthpiece of the citizen, checking of excesses and putting government on track. Finally, there is no any better time to change and develop our country than now with the APC. The waiting is over, the despair is no more, and we shall rise to define the true meaning of our country. We cannot continue to endure dictatorship conducted by the Western world through their loans and packages meant to invade our sovereignty in a very intelligent manner. But it only takes a careful president to resist all those packages, and we shall reduce import, increase export, and make our country strong again. Ghanaians, the choice is ours. Either we get things done again by voting APC to restore our hope, or we continue to perish in the hands of politicians whose only aim is to amass the wealth of this nation for their family members alone. Let's come together and say to them in their faces that enough is enough. To the shame and ridicule they have brought to this country that was seen as a beacon of hope for Africa. APC, APC, APC. The APC has come a long way. The APC is a political party that believes in liberalism. It is the only party in Ghana that has the hybrid of socialism and capitalism. The NDC is a socialist political party. The MPP is a capitalist political party. When we were forming the APC, we thought of a political party that can bring the two together so that wherever you are, wherever you stand, whether you stand from the left wing or the right wing, you will find a party that you can belong to. So in forming APC, we thought of a Congress. We said to ourselves, the NDC is a party, the MPP is a party. What we need to be able to bring the best from all walks of life, whether from the NDC or from the MPP, is to build a Congress and give that Congress an opportunity and a platform for every Ghanaian, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your tribal background or your political background. We are giving you a platform to realize your dreams, to build a nation devoid of partisanship, but a nation built on an all-inclusive governance concept. And that is why the motto of the APC is all-inclusive governance. That is the motto no party has in Ghana. The party believes in agriculture, in food security, in producing to feed our country and consume and export. And that is why we have the color green. The green stands for the national vegetation, production, producing enough to feed our country. Then we looked at the white. The white stands for unity. Most of the times, you see that the NDC and the MPP are on their necks, each other's neck. The APC think that in order for us to build a country, we need to be peaceful people, we need to open our hearts to each other, and we need to understand each other. And that is why we had the color white. And that is for unity, peace, love for one another. Then we have the broom. United we stand. Divided we fall. United we stand. Divided we fall. And that is the purpose of the broom. The broom is to sweep all away corruption in our system. The broom means that when we come together as one people, one nation, no country, no challenges that can defeat us. Poverty cannot defeat us. Unemployment can't defeat us. Food security won't defeat us. But when we separate our front, then we lose the strength. So the purpose of the broom is that when we come together, we are stronger. But when we divide our front, we will lose that strength that we have. And we've been doing it as Africans and as politicians. Ghana is where it is, not because of NDC and MPP, but because of the division of our human resource. If we put our human resource together as one, I am sure Hassan Ayariga will not be standing here wanting to contest an election, because those who will be there will do a better job than Hassan Ayariga. So boys, and last the yellow. Our mineral resources, our gold, our diamonds. Look at us, turn around and look at us. We are living in abject poverty because we have sold our birthright to the foreigners. Our mineral resources today has been taken over by foreigners. Look at the sectors of our economy, right from the mining sector, right from the banking sector, all the sectors, and you realize that it's been taken. Even homes. This is East Legon. This is Trazaco. Go there and see, and you realize that we have more foreigners there than Ghanaians. You want a loan, and you are a Ghanaian, and you find it very difficult to get a loan. A white man walks in there, and he gets a loan irrespective of what kind of document he has. But you, they will scrutinize your document till you can't breathe anymore. And at the end of the day, they will ask you for 10% of the loan they want to give you. That is, if the person is good, you ask for 10%. But if he's worse, you ask for 45%. So how do we build a country with all these mineral resources when they are in the hands of the foreigners? And we cannot boast that a country like Ghana has resources. How many of you are wearing gold? None. But we have gold. We have diamond. I'm not sure anybody in this room has a diamond ring. Where are our diamonds? Where are our gold? And we are living in abject poverty. Where are they? So we believe in that. So you see, the whole concept of the APC is something unique for Ghanaians. No party has it. No party. Lastly, the all-inclusive governance. NDC and MPP believe in winner takes it all. That when they win power, it is all about NDC. When MPP wins power, it's all about MPP. When can we think of the larger majority of Ghanaians that Ghana is for all of us, and then we need to be together in order to stand together? So we believe in an all-inclusive governance that has precedent. Whether you voted for me or you voted against me, you'll be given the opportunity to serve your mother Ghana. So this is a brief history of the APC, why it was formed, the purpose, and why it should be the next government in Ghana. Thank you very much for listening.
Mano, what to mano, Mapunu no moto mano, Matia no moto mane. Ghana APC, APC, Yawa and Cabo. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ghana the APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. Ayariga the APC, APC, Yawa and Cabo. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ayariga the APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC.
Many thanks, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, Chairman, Founder, and Presidential Candidate of the All People's Congress, for your remarks, taking us through the history of the party and why the party was founded. Thanks a lot. Before we get the acclamation of the national executives and the acclamation of the presidential candidate, we have a very beautiful performance by, I think, the youngest person in this room. She's only 4 years old, but she has a song she wants to share with you. Put our hands together as we welcome the very talented Marcella Kudalo, who has a song from her heart. And while Marcella comes up, because she's so small, she won't even stand here. We'll put her up here so she can perform. I'd like to let you know that this second National Delegates Congress of the APC is going out live on KOFI TV and GH1 TV on Facebook, as well as Light TV, City TV, TV Africa, Home Base TV, XYZ TV, and Radio Gold. So let's put our hands together as we bring little Marcella. Please climb her up, put her up here, and then she'll come and stand here. So use the steps. Take her on the steps. She's got a beautiful song for us. I'll hand over my microphone to her, and then she will sing her song. I have heard the song already, so it's nice. Yes. Marcella, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you ready to sing your song?
Yes.
Okay, sing it the way you sang it to me, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm only human. I'm just a girl. Help me believe what I could be and what that I pathway that I have to climb. Lord, for my sake, teach me today, one day at a time, one day at a time. Sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Lord, give me the strength to do every day. That's all I have to do. Lord, show me the steps to take every day, one day at a time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You look beautiful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now. Wave them. They're all waving at you. Yes. And wave at them here. Wave them. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Marcella. One day at a time. One day at a time. Not 2, not 6, not 10. One day at a time. Beautiful performance from a very talented. I like the way she pronounced the words. She could be a broadcaster. Everything was clear. And she's only 4. Big round of applause for her again. We now have some solidarity messages before we do the acclamation, the first of which will be delivered by the General Secretary of the Great Consolidated Popular Party. Let's welcome Citizen Atu Dadzi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, His Excellency, and the wife, Dr. Sribo, the General Secretary of APC, all members of APC, fellow members from other political parties present, Mr. Joy Jacob Oseyeboa, the media present, ladies and gentlemen. I bring greetings from the chairman and leader of the Great Consolidated Popular Party, Dr. Henry Herbert Latte, and he specifically asked me to tell His Excellency that congratulations, and he wish you well in your endeavors, and may God take you to higher heights. Today, I remember very well 2012, when I personally was sometimes a personal driver to Dr. Hassan Ayariga, Dr. Abu Sakara, Mr. Jacob Oseyeboa, and Dr. Henry Herbert Latte, when we were moving from the then candidate Nana Akufo-Addo's house to the President John Mahama's house, interceding during the election petition. And it brings me some further joy, because it looks like 2020 elections will be a combination of these individuals again. I am sure if this election, or this year was 2012, I'm sure Dr. Hassan Ayariga would have been quarantined. Do you know why? Do you know why? We remember the famous 2012 debate. Yes. But thank God, we are not in 2012. But as GCPP, we welcome the call of APC for an all-inclusive government. It is sad that our country has been polarized, and it's being deepened by the continuous reference to Ghanaians as NDC and MPP. That if you speak in a particular way, a manner, you are described as an NDC. And if you speak in another way, you are only described as an MPP. However, Ghana is not a duet. Ghana is an orchestra where several instruments have their part to play. And until we allow the different parts to play, we will not have the harmony that we need. Recently, I have heard NPP people asking that you didn't do the free SHS. So what makes you think you can do a free TVET? Then NDC people too will say, you didn't build the Academy of Arts and Sciences, but why do you use it? Is this the country that we want? Unfortunately, Ghanaians are buying into those beliefs. Therefore, they are not giving a third force a chance. It is a time for all of us as political parties to rise and to build our country by allowing other voices, by allowing other players, because we have a lot to offer. At this second Congress of APC, we, the GCPP, wish you well. And we say that join us in the call to redefine our patriotism as Ghanaians, to ensure our dear country moves on. Long live Ghana, long live the APC, long live GCPP. APC, APC, APC. Thank you.
Ghana is not a duet. Ghana is an orchestra. We must all play our part to make harmony. Beautiful words from Citizen Atu Dadzi, General Secretary of the Great Consolidated Popular Party. Thank you for your remarks. We'll now take the second of our three remarks, and this is coming from a gentleman who is representing the chairman of the United Front Party in the person of Dr. Ejinim Boateng, who would have loved to be here, but he sent his emissary to do the honors. Let's put our hands together for Emmanuel Mensah Boama from the UFP.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Secretary, Mr. Chairman, for the invitation that you have extended to us. The leadership of the United Front Party would have wished to be here, but they could not. So they asked me to be here instead of them. And they asked me to be their eyes and as well as extend their greetings to you. They asked me to tell you that they wish you well. And they asked me also to report to them what I will observe here today. And I will tell them about the harmony and about the peace and about the order in which this Congress is being carried out. And I am not sure yet. I'm yet to decide whether I will tell them that we started at 12, even though we're told to come at 10. They also asked me to speak to you about Saturday. Saturday is a day of mourning and remembering for the demise of our sister, Jessica Alosegla. And we wish to ask you if you could all join us to give her a befitting farewell, because if she was here with us, she was going to be one of the first persons to be seated here today. She had a unique ability to unite everybody, and this country has lost a great politician. In the face of threats that seek to destroy the unity of a people, it is the responsibility of every member of that community or that country to stand to defend the integrity of the unity. At the gate of Alesia, Julius Caesar reminded Mark Antony that a true leader do not starve his people to keep his enemy alive. The enemies of the Romans were the girls. Our enemies today are poverty, ignorance, and the threat to unity and the peace. Confronted with these enemies, what kind of a leader do we need? Definitely not the kind of leader who will send armed soldiers to the remote ends of this country
to separate sons from fathers, mothers from daughters, and friends from one another. Not the kind of leader that will promote an educational system that is designed to make sure our children remain ignorant. And it was well packaged and sold to us as free SHS. This is not the kind of country we inherited. And it's definitely not the kind of country we may like to pass on to our children as their inheritance. We need a leader who will incite us to dream of the beauty of unity, where sons will never raise their hands against fathers, where brothers and sisters will never raise their swords against one another, where Ghanaians will live in peace with their fellow Ghanaians by their side. It is for these hopes that we have come here today. The very name of your party reminds us of unity, the All People's Congress. And how can you not love unity if you are a member of this party? And we are all proud to be part of it this morning. Now, please remember that the leaders that you are called upon today to elect will have the difficult duty to transform this country and restore her lost hopes. This country is proud of you, delegates, and we trust in your judgment to elect capable men and women for this transformation. And if you do that, this country will remember and will always be grateful for you and for that, and we'll also thank you for that. Thank you very
Many thanks, Mr. Emmanuel Mensah Boama, representing the United Front Party. You've given us a lot to chew on, and I'm sure you're all thinking about what he said on the various topics that he touched on. Thanks a lot for making it here. The last of our solidarity messages are remarks from a civil society organization. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, the last thing that a lot of us fail to do is to, look at our tongues, Stick your tongue out of the mirror and then brush it. But they are called Watch Your Tongue, and it's not just for fresh breath, but they have a stake in making sure that our words do not send us over the cliff. They are all about peace, and at this point I'd like to bring on the General Secretary of Watch Your Tongue to speak to us. A couple of remarks. Udro Ahin Jr., please.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, and all members of APC, fellow political parties who are here, the media, my fellow Watch Your Tongue volunteers. Thank you for this opportunity. APC, APC, APC. Thank you very much. For Watch Your Tongue, we greet and we say pleasant words, and you respond safe word. Pleasant words. Pleasant words. Thank you very much. As the MC introduced me, we are Watch Your Tongue campaign. We are a non-governmental organization. Our aim is to preach peace with 4 core points. We start by saying that you should think right, you should speak right, you should act right, and write right. Now, our message that we want to deliver here in conjunction with APC's vision of all-inclusive government and transforming people is that APC stands for All People's Congress, but we want to say that all political members who are here, we should all come together and we should all learn to communicate well. And our communication, I'm so happy that His Excellency Dr. Hassan Ayariga has spoken very well, devoid of insult, devoid of tribalism, devoid of any vulgar words. And that is what Watch Your Tongue will represent. That we should speak pleasant words. When we speak pleasant words, your message will be heard clearly. When you speak pleasant words, people will be happy to come to you. When you speak pleasant words, we all will be able to have a nation with free people and free minds. We all know that one Dr. Hilal Liman, Idi Amin said, your speech is guaranteed in the aspect of freedom of speech. But nobody can guarantee your speech after nobody can guarantee your freedom after your speech. So if you speak good words, everybody will be happy about you. If you speak bad words, you draw a line between yourself and those who want to get close to you. So let us use this opportunity that we should think right when we want to speak. We should act right when people provoke us. We should act right when we face challenges which do not conform to what we believe in. And we should write right when we pick our phones, texting to people, when we take our pens, writing to social media, especially the media people also here. Let us try as much as possible to think of our nation first. Whatever you do, think of it that you should taste your words and see if it will be good to you. If your words are good, it will be good for everybody. If it is not good, try and avoid it. Pleasant words is our motto, and I wish all of us here use pleasant words in our homes, with our workplaces, and wherever we find ourselves, so that together we shall have a safe Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Odro Ahen Jr., for your message. Watch your tongue. Great stuff. And very necessary around this time. 105 days to the election. So hope we're all watching our tongues. Last message is from a gentleman who contested as an independent presidential candidate in the 2012 and 2016 elections. He's here to give us a solidarity message. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Jacob Osei Yeboah.
Mr. Chairman, my brother Hassan, Ayariga, and Mrs. All protocols are duly observed. APC, APC, APC. I'm highly elated to be here with you this morning. It reminds me of your first National Congress, where I had the opportunity to address you. And I want to say that if there's any political party that resonates well with my perception of politics, it's no other than the APC. And we know that names has implications. And if we have a party whose name is All People's Congress, then it means that in the near future there's going to be a mutation of political parties. And that mutation would end up to All People's Congress. Let me remind you that the Greeks who developed democracy, one of the issues was to cure partisanship. And so when we talk about democracy, partisanship is not part of it. In fact, it's a problem that democracy should cure. And in those days, we call it the tribes people. And the rule by a few. these were the things that democracy were to kill, as well as what we call barbarism. And so, as a people and as a nation, I'm not surprised. If there's anyone that I'm really closer to, is Dr. Hassan Ayariga. He's more or less, we share a lot of things together. Our hearts bleed for this nation. We are like birds torn apart, trying to work out from a two-pronged position to ensure that this nation, with all the wealth that we keep on enjoying, will become more meaningful to the next generation. That is the heartbeat that we want all Ghanaians to know. In these 2020 elections, again, I was glad that the GCPP gentleman reminded all of us about how we worked behind the scene to ensure that there will be peace after the 2012 elections. And then in this election too, this is the first time that we are having former presidents who would want to contest again after they've had the opportunity to govern this nation, and we have seen their performance. It's nothing but what all of us have become apprehensive about. And for that matter, in this election, there are three problems confronting Ghanaians. The first problem had to do with these two gentlemen, Nanado and Mahama, wanting to become president again after all of us, we've seen their performance. The second problem that we have had to do with corruption and filthiness in our nation. And I was glad when my brother was talking about the broom, just to clean the debts and to clean the corruption in our country. Corruption has multifaceted. The third thing that we keep on talking about, we keep on deliberating, is about our constitution. How our constitution has been framed. And because of that, is giving illegalities to legal entities. And because of that, we continue to suffer as a nation. And in this 2020 election, what we're thinking about is that if, and I know, if APC were to win, the Ghana Constitution will surely be amended. And to us also on our side, from the independent front, we are building up. But we are hoping that maybe by November, there's that likelihood of political mutations. And if that political mutation comes on, there will be that critical mass that will stand against the MPP and NDC. Because that is what we need as a nation. We need to put pressure on them that they need to look at the next generation so that we will all work together and ensure that we have a Ghana that all of us will be proud of. On this note, I would want to thank you once again that I have this opportunity. And I wish all of you well. Sometimes some of you executives see me in your offices visiting my brother. It's all about the goodwill and to ensure that if there is a party that I know has the opportunity to grow and be able to kick the MPP and NDC duopoly, it's no other than the All People's Congress. Congratulations on that note, and let's continue to work together. APC, APC, APC. Thank you, my brother.
APC enkabo. Montoma Ayariga.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Jacob Oseyeboa, aka Joy, for your words of support and encouragement on this day, the second National Delegates Congress of the All People's Congress. I said last message, but you know, that's why you have extra time and time added on in football. There's a fifth message, which is the last one. After this one, the gate will close. And this one is coming from a representative of the National Democratic Congress in the person of Mr. Stephen Atubiga. Please give him a big round of applause.
Vote for change. Vote for APC. Vote for Ayariga. Hassan Ayariga. Vote for change.
APC. 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 Your Excellency Hassan Ayariga, Her Excellency, National Executives of the APC, Regional Executives of the APC, representatives of all political parties, leaders of all other political parties, all protocols observed. Good afternoon for giving me the opportunity to be part and parcel of this wonderful occasion. I bring you warmest greetings from our leader, His Excellency, incoming President John Dramani Mahama, and the leadership of the NDC National Executives, led by Abel Ofosuan Pofu, our General Secretary, Asiedun Ketia, and all the leadership of the NDC. We wish you well, APC, of this great Congress. Politics, wanting to lead a party, is a serious business. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama extends his warmest greetings to you and your executives. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, incoming president, says he is out there doing what I hope from here you'll be doing. Due to one or two reasons, he would have loved to be here to be with you. And he means this from the bottom of his heart, that due to challenges, he's not being able to make it. So as our national executives, most of them are out there. And in politics, it is not on the lap of individual. It is an equation that everybody should get involved to balance it. Your leader, APC, cannot win the election by himself, cannot be at any place all the time. People have to represent his interests. So I am here in the capacity of the party and the capacity of His Excellency John Dramani for a warmest support for this Congress. And before I leave, in politics, is pull the people, organize the people, transform the people, and counsel the people. And during elections, politicians, some people, especially the MPP led by our president, His Excellency Nanado, use the transform the people in the spelling of the politics to trick the people. And when we talk about corruption, I'm going to make brief. It's not only siphoning money. If you deceive people and lie to them and corrupt their mind for them to vote for you, it's part of corruption. That is what has happened in this country. So the enemy for all of us, not the incoming president, is to cry for a change. You wake up in the morning, transport has increased. You cry for the driver by the steering wheel, which is our president. If hospitals are not well functioning, you blame the sitting government. If there's hardship in the country, we have a leader. If people have put us on the line, which the good self of His Excellency Hassan Ayariga and co forth with other political parties that, look, there's COVID-19. It doesn't know rich man. It doesn't know a poor man. It doesn't know a strong man. It doesn't know a soldier. It doesn't know anybody. It's a common disease that everybody is in danger. But our sitting president chose to put, irrespective of your political background, put all of us in danger simply because they have a minister. In the first time in this country, we have a minister in charge of Electoral Commission, which is Jean Mensah, making sure that whether hook or crook, to retain an incompetent government, His Excellency President Nana Addo, in this country. We, in the history of this country, We have an EC, which I was expecting my colleagues. I'm representing the president, so in the capacity, I am John Dramani Mahama right now speaking. So which all the presidential candidates should have punched holes, educated Ghanaians, told Ghanaians the common enemy and the endangered species in this country. Okay, putting the danger of the fragile economy or the fragile democracy that we have right now in danger is the EC. Because it's the only sole credible institution in this country that is to protect the fragileness of our democracy. When the EC system fails, then free for us all. But they have been biased. We have seen them taking decisions in the interest of the MPP. We have even seen the MPP party's General Secretary, is it organized, John Buedu, speaking on behalf of the EC, telling us Ghanaians the policy of the EC. So I want us to know, JDM has led this country. We've seen his weaknesses and his strength. There's nothing like a perfect president. There's nothing like a perfect country. But there are leaders that will put the interests of the nation first. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the great party. I love you all and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Undivided before. Vote for APC. APC, power to the people. APC, we need everyone. APC, all inclusive government. APC, Makami. APC, Dakowa Chiki. Ha ha ha. APC, Dakowa Chiki. Ha ha ha. Ayariga.
Many thanks, Mr. Stephen Tupiga of the NDC, for your remarks that just went by. More food for thought. And at this point, we are going straight into the acclamation. And so I'm going to call out the names of the national executives of the All People's Congress. They will come to the front. And then the representative of the Electoral Commission will duly acclaim them. And so in no particular order, First Deputy Chairman Paul Kosi, General Secretary Mordecai Tiombiano, Organizer Ben Anderson, Deputy Organizer in the person of Douglas Akonote, Youth Organizer Al-Hassan Shaibu Abu, aka King Hassan, Deputy Youth Organizer David Dudo, Women Organizer Bliss Achufi Sosu Honu, Deputy Women Organizer Abdul Aziz Nasara, Treasurer Gloria Bennett, Deputy Treasurer Rita Dugan, Communication Officer Francis Ansa Teria, First Deputy Communication Officer Donald Brown, Hamza Jameshi, and Chairman Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Let's give them all a big round of applause as they come up here. And then I'll hand over the microphone to the Director of Electoral Services at the Electoral Commission, Dr. Sribo Kweku, who will take them through the acclamation.
Ghana APC, APC, Yawa and Kabon. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ghana the APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. Ayariga the APC, APC, Yawa and Kabon. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ayariga the APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC.
Hello. Good afternoon to all of you. I have already been introduced, so I want to introduce my deputy here, Mr. Emmanuel Asantikisi, the Deputy Director for Electoral Services. I just want to ask Mr. Atubiga only one question. And I've asked that question several times, and I'm here to get the answer. And my question is simple. How come that when the political parties are in power, they are in bed with the Electoral Commission? when they are in opposition, they are against the Electoral Commission. My question is, I want them one day to tell us what they do with the Electoral Commission when they are in power, so that they suspect that when somebody is in power, the person will do the same thing. I just want that answer, not to you today, but I want it to be answered one day. But all I will say is that we stand for Ghana, and I can assure anybody that under no circumstance should the decision of Ghanaians will be changed by the Electoral Commission. When Ghana decides the decision of Ghana, the Electoral Commission cannot and will not ever change it. It's not possible. So that's what I will say. But Mr. Twiga and your colleagues, not to you alone, to everybody, I want one day somebody to answer me that particular question. God bless everybody. I will want them to introduce themselves, then we will acclaim them. They were announced continuously, so you may not be able to identify who from whom. So you mention your name and the position you are aspiring for.
I'm Blessed Achupiso Suhono, National Women Organizer.
I'm Paul Thompson, First Vice.
I'm Mordecai Chombiano, General Secretary.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, founder and leader and chairman of the party. Thank you.
Al Hassan Abu King Hassan, National Youth Organizer.
I am Ben Anderson, National Organizer.
I'm David Dudo, Deputy National Youth Organizer.
Francis Ansantewia, National Communications Officer.
Gloria Bennett, Treasurer.
Rita Dugan, Deputy Treasurer.
Douglas Konote, National Deputy Organizer.
Donald Brown, First Vice.
APC. 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 I remember when we were young and you have headache, they will say they should give you APC. Some people are young, they have not heard of APC as a medicine. So I believe that all of you have agreed that these gentlemen and ladies should lead you the party for the next 4 years, right? And I believe that nobody was given the opportunity to also file for nomination. So I believe that all of you have agreed that these are your leaders. On behalf of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and on behalf of the Electoral Commission, I duly acclaim all of you as the National Executive Elect for the APC spanning the next 4 years. Congratulations. Is that we don't shake hands, so. I don't know. I will want one of you to speak on behalf of all of you. So for us to know whether truly you have accepted to be leaders of the APC going forward. So, the secretary, he's a bad boy.
APC, APC, APC. Indeed, it's a great privilege to be here and a great honor to have all of you to come witness this historic day in the history of our political party, APC. And having been acclaimed by the Electoral Commission, I stand on behalf of our leader and founder and all the other acclaimed executives to say, yes, we accept and we today pledge to work hard in unity. As you all know, our symbol is a broom, which if you are divided, you would fall, and if you are united, you would stand. And as a result of this motivating word, under the leadership of the able, vibrant young man, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, we are definitely going to win the 2020 general election. One common question that has always been asked wherever we find ourselves is that, do we have the man? But don't forget, in the address of our leader, he made mention that we have a unique concept that is all-inclusive governance. And I think that going forward, all-inclusive governance is a concept that would unite Ghanaians, where we would have to do away with the winner-takes-it-all syndrome that has been practiced by the poor leadership of the NDC and worsened by the poor leadership of the current government under the leadership of the President Nana Akufo-Addo. And come December 7th, Inshallah, APC is winning. APC, APC, APC. And I use this opportunity as the General Secretary of this party, and I call on Ghanaians. If you vote for us, you are not wasting your vote. If you vote for us, you are taking us forward. And if everybody would vote for Dr. Hassan Ayariga, we would win the election. And we would be able to avoid corruption. We would be able to save Ghana from mismanagement. It is high time we kick away the old leadership who are supposed to be retired and become advisory bodies of the nation and allow a young, vibrant leader like Dr. Hassan Ayariga to become a president of the nation, inshallah, by the grace of God. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, all national executives duly acclaimed. Thank you, General Secretary. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. And there's a second acclamation that has to be done right now, and that is for the acclamation of the presidential candidate of the All People's Congress. So Dr. Srebo Kweku will continue with the acclamation. Thank you very much.
Once again, I pose my question. I want to believe that nobody tried to contest my brother Dr. Ayariga and he was denied. I want to believe that. So, having confirmed that he was duly nominated unopposed, I, on behalf of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and on behalf of the Electoral Commission, duly declare Dr. Hassan Ayariga as the presidential candidate on the ticket of APC for the 2020 elections. I wish you good luck. Congratulations, Honorable.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Duly acclaimed national executives of APC, as well as the presidential candidate who is the founder and chairman of the party. For a minute, it was almost as if Dr. Ayariga's team had won the Champions League. The way they lifted him up into the sky. And he shouldn't go too far away, because after the acclamation is the acclamation speech. So after they threw him up in the air and caught him, we are now going to hear from the freshly acclaimed presidential candidate, chairman, founder of the All People's Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, a standing ovation, let us welcome to the podium to deliver his acceptance speech, Dr. Hassan Ayariga.
Ghana APC, APC, Yawa and Carbon. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ghana APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. Ayariga APC, APC, Yawa and Carbon. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ayariga APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. Ayariga, Ghana APC, APC, Yawa and Carbon. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ghana APC, APC, Yawa Biakoya. Ghana APC.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I told you I'll be the world leader. Let me first thank the rank and file of our party for the support and overwhelming endorsement of my candidature. I am grateful for the love and trust you have shown me. I know the efforts and the sacrifices you have all put in building our party, the APC. Many of you have traveled hundreds of kilometers to be here, and to those who have joined us via social media platform, watching live from the various media houses, Ayuko, for your contribution. My lady, you are all that I have wished for. You are spectacular and one in a billion. I want to assure you that in my next life, I will marry you again. Thank you and the children for your endless support and love. May the good Lord continue to bless you, give you long life, protect you, and guide you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our great APC party has dedicated itself clearly to promoting moral and psychological principles that all people are created created equal and endowed with unique rights to life, liberty, access to job, security, freedom and justice, and the pursuance of happiness, and that the power of government is derived from the consent of the governed. I believe our collective resolve in searching for good and dynamic leadership resonate with the Ghanaian people, and is the reason why I have volunteered to be the presidential candidate of the APC party. Majority of Ghanaians are frustrated and equally disappointed in our leaders' poor governance and economic performance over the years. Hence, the need for a leader who takes create a memorable and performance-oriented inclusive government for the benefit of all. Kindly permit me to remind all of you to continue to observe and abide by COVID-19 protocols among ourselves as we delve into the current state of affairs of our economic briefing. APC party, since its establishment in 2016, after I resigned from the PPC party, on the heart and the goodwill of Ghanaians to the extent that Dr. Hassan Ayariga has become a household name across the country. Indeed, the task before all of us towards the pending presidential and parliamentary election on the 7th December 2020 would be a challenging, interesting one. However, not insurmountable. I trust that the APC party will do its best to compete competitively based on the state of economy and matters arising across the globe. Our nation is in crisis, undoubtedly leadership crisis. The end of the road for the non-performing leaders and political parties is on the 7th of January 2021, when I, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, will be sworn in as President of the Republic of Ghana. The Ghanaian people have been taken for granted for too long. The Ghanaian people are good, loving people who easily forgive and move on. When their own parliamentarians lie to them for vote and still don't deliver, they forgive them and move on. When the national cake is not shared equally by government in power, they forgive them and move on. When presidential candidates make promises and don't deliver, when they become president, they still forgive them and move on. But today, they are tired of forgiving without hope. Really, some political parties and leaders have taken Ghanaians for granted and have subjected people to suffering and hardship. And now they can no longer move on again. They are tired. They are tired of failed promises and deception. They no longer trust the system of government anymore. They have lost hope and confidence in politicians. They have been denied their birthright by the very people they have trust in and hope for. Democracy has disgraced Ghanaians. Ladies and gentlemen, it is for this reason the theme of this occasion is transforming Ghana and restoring hope. Our rich country today has become a nation of poverty and suffering, a nation with gold almost every region, a country with bauxite all over, a nation with oil, a country full of mineral and human resources, has suddenly become a begging nation without hope and confidence for the future. This election is not about NDC or NPP. This election is about restoring hope, transparency, transformation, accountable leadership, and confidence. This election is about hope for the youth, hope for the elderly to get support, hope for the disabled people, hope for the many unemployed people, hope for the widows, hope that our children will get jobs after graduating, hope for teachers and nurses, hope for you and I, and hope of restoring the broken link between government and the people, and hope that our country will be in the hands of committed and incorruptible leadership. My vision for Ghana is that of an optimistic, self-confident, and a prosperous nation with a strong and thriving, a democratic society in which mutual trust and economic opportunities exist for all, irrespective of our background. Fellow Ghanaians, an elected APC government will place people at its center by making people indeed matter. Their hopes and concern must drive its policies and priorities. Hassan Ayariga cannot offer you the world. I cannot solve every problem in your life. But what I can promise you is a Ghana that works and gives each and every one of us the opportunity to improve and better our lives. I can promise you a Ghana that works for you and your family, not just for the rich and powerful. I can promise you that I will be president for all Ghanaians, whatever your political party, your tribe, or your religion. Whether you voted for me or not, I will govern for you. I can promise to champion your cause, and that every day I wake up as president, my first and only consideration will be what is best for the country. We all love what will improve the lives of all our people. The fundamental requirement for development is the quality of leadership. Good leadership requires that we must have good governance in order for qualitative leadership to emerge and function. The APC is irrevocably committed to the establishment of a solid and efficient good governance machinery comprising of accountable governance, respect for the rule of law, and respect for human rights. I will ensure that democracy and accountable governance has a system of governance become entrenched in Ghana to the benefit of all its citizens. To realize this, the APC will deepen the culture of good governance, fight corruption, ensure public accountability by upholding and promoting the separations of powers and independence of the judiciary by resourcing them and strengthening of the institutional capacity of parliament, promoting and instilling within the state security an enhanced active culture of respect for rights and freedom of citizens, nominating women for appointment to at least 30% of available public office positions, because I know my wife is a very good woman and she'll be a fine first lady. And with such women in our society, we ought to give them opportunities to better our lives. I am here because I have this woman. I am here because this woman supports me every day. I am here because this woman is part of my life. I stand here to contest the presidency because this woman acknowledged and support me in every bit of it. Congratulations for all the effort. Thank you. Our ability to establish industries and factories largely depend on our production hub. Some political parties are rooting for factories and industries. The APC will begin by creating a production hub that will produce enough food for consumption, for food security, and for export. Our production hub will feed all the industries and the factories. The APC, under my leadership, will create an enabling environment for entrepreneurs and manufacturing industries to grow. As president, I will cancel the green and gold tax system of the current free senior high school policy introduced by President Nana Akufo-Addo. As President, I will introduce a shift system of education where all those students living around school within 15 kilometers will be day students, and the rest coming from far distance will be boarders. We shall continue with the free senior high school policy and extend it to free university. Our policy on education is no child left behind policy. My government will give free education from primary level to the university level. Because we cannot stand a situation where Nana Addo's senior high school graduates will complete. Let me say, Nana Addo's free senior high school graduates will complete without having the ability to continue their education because they won't have free tertiary education to have access to. So if they don't have access to free tertiary education, what it means is that we will have mass dropout of the free senior high school graduates. So in order to give them a better life, we will need to continue to introduce free tertiary education. And that is the backbone of Ghana. We will restructure education curricula to teach and equip Ghanaian students with the relevant skills to meet the need of industry and future opportunities. The APC believe duties of cars is a penalty that was passed by our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, to stop certain luxurious cars from being imported to Ghana. The APC sees it as a rip-off of our people. So my government will abolish duty and promote our manufacturing industry to grow and help our automobile companies to build and manufacture cars in Ghana. So under our leadership, there will be duty free. Duty was imposed by Nkrumah those days because he believed certain people were bringing in certain vehicles that were too expensive, and not because it was an entitlement. So he decided to punish those people by putting duties on them. And our poor governance system adapted it and continue to punish Ghanaians every time that we import vehicles and pay duty, high duty, to the extent that the most expensive car in the world is in Ghana. The most expensive car in the world is in Ghana because of our duties. If Lamborghini is the most expensive and it's $1 million in the US, in Ghana, you pay $1.5 million for it because you pay duty for more than $500,000 and still pay shipment. So the most expensive car in the world is nowhere but in Ghana. What is our per capita income? Why are we paying so much for everything? Why can't we subsidize goods, raw materials for our country? Why do we impose so much duty just to punish our people? We can raise revenues from various sources without imposing high duties on commodities and vehicles. Our institutions are currently in very, very, very bad shape, unable to pay its workers. Current and previous government have to borrow to pay public workers. When elected as president, I will strengthen all our institutions to be very productive, and I have been doing. All institutions shall be subjected to serious auditing, fish out all corrupt officials, and eradicate ghost names in public institutions. Reward and increased salaries will be awarded for best performing institutions in our country. We have institutions in this country that cannot pay themselves, yet we continue to have them. What is the essence of having a company that cannot pay its workers? And then we always have to go and borrow. Government will have to borrow to pay teachers, borrow to pay public workers, borrow to pay nurses. What are we doing to ourselves? Disservice. assuming there was no place for us to go and borrow, what will we do? He said, because we have weak institutions and nobody is particularly concerned about these institutions, we continue to accommodate them to be performing below the belt. And we are paying them. And yet the NDC and the MPPC will say they have the man. I don't know the man. I don't know whether Atobuga is the man. Atobuga, if you are one, let me tell you that you don't have the man. If voted into power 2020, I shall restructure our economy and build the nation to that level that Ghanaians will be sure that their future is secured. And I shall introduce the following policies. 1, a corrupt-free economy. Corruption has killed this country. If we can cut down on corruption, we will pay high salaries to our workers. If we can cut down on corruption, we will introduce free tertiary education without problems. If we cut down on corruption, we will have healthcare centers in every community in Ghana with medical equipment equipped in there. But because corruption takes high chunk of our resources, we don't know what to do. The corrupt officials are the ones who get away. And those who steal goats and pens, goats and chicken, they get prison sentence. We will not give room. Nobody will have that room in my government. Nobody. Nobody. Your bank accounts will be periodically checked. When there are illegal monies going into your accounts, you will have to come and tell Ghanaians how you got the money. If you transfer money out of this country, we will track and see how much you transferred. If you buy luxurious cars, we will track you down to tell us how you got the money to buy those cars. Because your salary cannot fetch you those cars. And if you build a huge mansion, you will have to meet me in court. Because your salary cannot build you that mansion. We begin to tackle all these. A politician gets to power, and the next time you see him driving 2-3 Land Cruisers, building new homes and new apartments. And yet the ordinary people who voted for them cannot have 3 square meals. Their family are lying in abject poverty. And that is the problem we face. And we think that we have the man. And we think that we always have to recycle the NDC and the MPP. If we stop recycling NDC and MPP, Ghana will be a better place for us. And it is time that we stop recycling NDC and MPP. If your phone is spoiled, it's spoiled. If your camera is spoiled, it's spoiled. You cannot have a spoiled camera to work unless you take it to mechanics. And we don't need to take the NDC and the NPP to the mechanics. Because the mechanics themselves will reject them. The mechanics will reject NDC and MPP. Because the good out there isn't good. A decentralized state. 2. 3, free port, duty free for cars. 4, primary education, free primary education to university level. And 5, digitalized economy. We have lands, properties that we don't have records of them. That is why somebody can build 10 houses and you don't know. That's why a corrupt official can have 20 houses in this country. Every land in this country will be digitalized. Every land, every piece of land, we must know the owner. And when we know, you can't build without we know who is building. Before you get a permit, you tell us how much you got to build that house. We value your house before you build. This Ghana must work again. Ghana must work again. Production and a manufacturing hub. You cannot build factories and industry without a production. What are you going to feed them? And that is why Commander Sugar Factory is there. Because there is no sugar cane to feed it. That is why so many factories built according to the MPP. They are just built, but we don't see them operating. Maybe water factories, they're the only one that are working, I'm sure. unique identity under my government, we will begin to know the real Ghanaian. We will have 3 identification. One for Ghanaians, full Ghanaians. What it means that your father must be a Ghanaian, your mother. These are the only people who can own property in this country. They are the first-class Ghanaians. And that will be the first identification for the Ghanaian. The Ghanaian passport will be given only the 3 kinds of passport. The first passport will be given to full Ghanaian, father Ghanaian, mother Ghanaian. And if you want to buy a property in this country, you have to pass through them. You being a second Ghanaian cannot acquire property in this country. You being a second Ghanaian cannot contest for the presidency of this country. You being a second Ghanaian can never be a parliamentarian. Because we are fast losing everything. Foreigners very soon will put up candidates to contest for this election and win the presidency, and will become 21st century slaves. We are fast losing everything in Ghana. Look around. All the factories and the big companies do not belong to Ghanaians. All the big lands and big properties in East Legon belong to foreigners. Yet we call ourselves Ghanaians. Look at my brothers there. Hard-working boys. But they don't have homes. They don't have properties. Our chiefs and elders sell our properties to foreigners. Chinese are buying our lands. Lebanese are taking over our country. And the media, you need to let this go far. Under the leadership of Hassan Ayariga, will classify whether the Supreme Court wants to adapt it or not. I will make sure that we get out those passports and nobody will come our way. We support local banks and businesses to strive. Our banks are all collapsed. All the indigenous banks are gone. If you want to clean the banking system, you support the indigenous banks to operate. But today, we have fast lost all the indigenous banks, and the banks in this country just belong to the foreigners. So this is what I'm talking about. Ghana is losing everything. Ghanaians are losing everything. And we are watching. The next time we wake up, we'll be shown the exit out of Ghana. And where will we go? Where will we call our home? Nowhere. But our leader, the Flagstaff House will soon be taken over by foreigners. Even if not taken over. Because they make decisions for us to follow. So we are only puppet occupying the Flagstaff House. In actual sense, we don't make proper decisions. That is why we are where we are. You know I am telling you the truth. You know I speak the truth. And I will defend you with the truth. I will not disrespect you. And I will not allow foreigners to take over our country. I have lived abroad. I have lived in Germany, studied in the US, and I know how they treat their own. But here, we don't know how to treat our own. When even there's an accident, all we do is to take cameras and watch, and take videos and send, and the person is dying. What kind of human beings are we? Under my presidency, such behavior and attitude will never be accepted. Please, madam, you can sit down. Thank you. We will give unemployment benefit, food benefit, and clothes benefit. We have many of our youth out there. We have vast lands and we don't farm. If we are able to farm and produce more, most of our people who are living in abject poverty, we can begin to give them food benefit. Even if it is 25 kilos back every month for a family, they'll do well. But what do? We spend $1.2 billion every year importing rice. $700 million every year importing fresh tomato. Over 1 billion importing oil. Over 500,000 importing pampers and tissue. And we say we are a nation. Nation building what? What are we building? What kind of nation are we? We can give benefit to the larger majority of our people. We should be able to share the national cake equally. So that many of us who cannot survive 3 square meals. In 21st century, Ghanaians cannot give 3 square meals to their own people. 21st century. When people are building castles in the air, we are trying to get food and water. And we are there competing who solved Dumso or who did not solve Dumso. That is the kind of government we have. On all platforms every day, the NDC and the MPP only debate on nothing. Argued on nothing. Complain and complain. Blame games every day. So we should stop this blame game and move on. That is why we are giving you the alternative. The APC is going to be the best alternative for Mother Ghana. We shall give graduate projecting financing policy. Our graduate comes out of schools with brilliant ideas and policies, and then we cannot finance those projects for them. So when they come out of schools with those ideas, after a few years when they don't find jobs, all those ideas are gone. So the APC will put a policy, a fund, that when immediately you come out of school, you will access that fund to build your dream. You will access that fund. If we had done that earlier, some years back, Ghana would have been better than China. Chinese are doing it. That is why you have every factory everywhere. But we prefer to spend those monies on toys like Land Cruisers. Free accommodation for ministers. Free Land Cruisers for ministers. Free fuel for ministers. Free house boys and house girls for ministers. If you keep them giving them free, how will they know your difficulties? So my government will not give free Land Cruiser, free accommodation to any minister. You are paid salary. Use your salary to buy your car. You are paid salary. Use your salary to pay for your accommodation. You are paid salary. Use your salary to buy your fuel. You are paid salary. Use your salary to educate your children. Just like the ordinary Ghanaians. You cannot be exceptional. No way. The way we go through, the things we find, the difficulties we challenge, we go through. If you go through those challenges, you begin to put policies that will benefit every Ghanaian. But if you are living in luxury, how will you know the difficulties the ordinary people are going through? And that's why you roll your tinted glasses and drive anyhow, splash water to the ordinary Ghanaian who is working hard to sustain his living. And that is the truth. We shall improve upon healthcare delivery. People are dying just because of malaria. In 21st century, Ghanaians are dying because of malaria. We cannot even fight malaria, mosquitoes. We can't fight mosquitoes as a nation. Go to the hospitals, no beds. Common malaria injection is a big problem. We are very, very lucky that the coronavirus didn't invade us as early. By now, all of us would have been in the graves. Yeah. But thank God Almighty that He has intervened. So let's keep praying. Number 13. We shall have build ultra-modern hospitals nationwide. Just not hospitals. Building hospitals are not enough. Equipping hospitals is the most important thing. The doctor-patient ratio is the most important thing. We can have all the hospitals in the country. Empty hospitals, empty buildings. And when the patient gets there, he dies. Because there is no doctor there to take take care of him. So we shall not only build hospitals, we shall equip them to the modern state-of-the-art kind of hospitals in this country. And we shall continue to give free dialysis to every Ghanaian who needs it. Free dialysis. All those having kidney problems, be assured that when the APC government wins election, your problems are solved. I would rather spend money on free dialysis than spend money on land cruisers for ministers. I will give free delivery. No cost for any woman who is going to give birth in Ghana. No way. So you have free delivery. Government will absorb the cost of every Ghanaian born in Ghana. That is what we need. Mothers are dying because they can't pay for maternity charges. They can't go to the hospital and get proper delivery because they can't afford it. Yet we call ourselves Ghanaians. We will introduce what is called price guarantee system. The NDC and the MPP has never thought of it. Price guarantee system. Price guarantee system is that every commodity that is going to be sold in the market must be scrutinized. You cannot just get up in the morning and start selling your items. You increase the price the way you want. No. Every commodity must be scrutinized. Must know the price of the commodity, how much was imported, how much was put in, and the profit margin must be determined by government. So you cannot just change prices like what is happening in Makola market and Agogoshi market and all the other market square. Today you want to buy a phone, they say 5 cedis. Tomorrow you go there, oh, and then you turn 30 cedis. That will not happen under my leadership. If pure water is sold in Ghana for 1 cedi, every part of Ghana is 1 cedi. Nobody can increase it to 2 cedi. We shall put a fund on bottle companies, bottle water, because sanitation is a very big problem. We litter our communities with rubbers, polythene bags, empty bottle water all over, and it chokes the gutters, and we have to pay billions of dollars to clean the gutters. So our policy is that a bottle of water, if it is 1 cedi, the fine on it will be 50 pesos. So after drinking the bottle of water, go to the next vendor and give the bottle, the empty bottle, and you get 50 pesos back. So you only pay for the water. You only pay for what you consume and not what you buy. You pay the price for what you consume. So if you buy bottled water 1 cedi and you drink the water, you have consumed the water. Now go and return the fund, get your 50 pesos. So you only consumed 50 pesos. We'll make sanitation the best in Ghana. Number 16, loan facilities for bus drivers, taxi drivers, and trotro drivers. We will give car loans. We will take away all those rotten trotters on the street, recycle them, and government will give loan facilities for trotro drivers to work and pay through government policy. We'll increase employment. We'll create jobs through that. We'll give policy for any taxi driver anybody who wants to have a taxi. You will come and we'll give you a loan. You work and pay. 2 years you pay. Government money will be found. Bus drivers will be given opportunity to own their own buses and work and pay. By this, you will see the number of lives of Ghanaians that will be impacted. So trotro drivers, taxi drivers, bus drivers, Hassan Ayariga is there for you. And the APC is there for you. We will build concrete roads and underground system. Look at our roads. Because of corruption, we will construct in 5 years 3 times a road. and we spend the same amount of money every 2 years. What is wrong with us? If we can do concrete roads for every road in this country, by now we would have finished the roads in Ghana and would have moved one step ahead, building undergrounds. So the APC will not construct normal roads. We are constructing concrete roads and underground roads. We'll make use of the underground because we've just left it and built underground trains and trams. So that people will now begin to use underground trains, good roads, and tram system in this country. Number 18, food security and industrialized economy. When the pandemic hit us, we could not sustain 3 weeks lockdown. 3 weeks lockdown. This current government could not feed Ghanaians. 2 regions. 2 regions. But I know there was a system called planting for food in agriculture, but it was missing in action. So if we begin to understand that we have to produce food security, so that any time a pandemic hits the world, Ghanaians will have food for the next 15 years and will not import food anywhere. We need to start thinking of the future and not thinking only of the present. So we will concentrate on food security first before industrialization. Number 19, my government will establish what is called job centers nationwide. Job centers nationwide. Every community and every region will have a job center. If you're looking for a job, walk in there. Fill an application, and within 2-3 weeks, you'll get a job. If a company is in Ghana and you want to employ people, you write to the job center. No more random picking of workers anyhow and beating them and molesting them and not giving them insurance. It won't happen under my leadership. So any company that must work in Ghana must take its workers from our job centers. Properly detailed. Pay their insurance. Pay their pension schemes so that when you misbehave as a company, we'll get your records. So job centers across the whole country. Go and apply. Currently, I am building my own job centers for Ghana. Currently, that's what I'm doing. And when I become president, it will have for Ghana itself. Number 20, the housing project, high-rise housing project. Very important. Very, very important. We are fast consuming all the lands in this country by just building 2 by 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and wasting the land. Gradually, we'll get to Nuhuai. But our system of governance is that let's maximize the usage of land in this country so that one land can be able to accommodate thousands of Ghanaians and not just one land for 2 people. So the government of the APC will build high-rise buildings to accommodate and give housing on installment, high pitches, that Ghanaians will buy their own apartments not by paying cash, but by deducting from your salaries. So that after 10 years of work, you own a house. That is the way it should go. Because when you are employed under our job centers, we have your records. We know how much you earn. We know what you get. So you will get a house based on that record. So you live in the house as if you are paying rent, but you are not paying rent. You are paying for the house. After 10, 12 years, the house becomes yours. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow countrymen, the media, next First Lady, Mr. Chairman, members of our party, These policies are essential for the development of this country. And this is why the APC government will enforce it when voted into power. We hope that together with your cooperation, our nation, Ghana, will become a safe, better, and a great country to live in. God bless you all. God bless our home nation, Ghana. And God bless everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yes, please kindly resume your seats as we take, while we just catch our breath a little bit, we take a performance from the Africa Telema Dance Ensemble. Wow. Yeah, after a performance like this, who needs to go to the gym? No, this is just vigorous movements from Africa Telema Dance. Thank you so much, Africa Telema, for your performance. That was the Bawa dance from the northern region of Ghana. We'll now take our closing remarks from the chairman, and then we'll have our closing prayer, and then we are done. And then the media who are hungry for interviews will get to interview Dr. Hassan Ayariga. So we'll have our chairman's closing remarks. Mr. Chairman, please kindly descend and give us your remarks. Mr. David Nibi, who has patiently been with us, observing all the proceedings, and he has his remarks that he will be giving us, after which we'll have the closing prayer, and then we'll have our media interaction and refreshment for those of you who will not be interviewed. Okay.
APC, APC, APC. Your Excellency, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, Mrs. Ayariga, Regional Chairman of APC, and all delegates present here. I want to thank you very much for your attention and for helping me to chair this function to a successful end. APC, you have a very good presidential candidate. Now, there are some things you don't know about Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Now, let me tell you, I worked with Dr. Hassan Ayariga in PNC when I was the National Vice Chairman and he was the presidential candidate in 2012. I can tell you that Dr. Hassan Ayariga, apart from being young and strong, he is courageous, fearless, honest, and very passionate about the development of Ghana. You know, 2012, while we were on paying rounds, we were confronted by armed robbers around Bonsu in the present-day northwest or western north region. And you can't believe it. Hassan Ayariga got out of his car that was in the night and confronted the armed robbers. This is the type of person you have as your presidential candidate. Hassan Ayariga is somebody you can trust. Having worked with him for all that long time, I know that he's a very trustworthy person, very honest, and like I said, very, very passionate about the development of Ghana. I therefore commend him to the people of Ghana to give him a chance in the 2020 elections. Having said that, I want to use this opportunity to tell the Electoral Commission that it is not enough supervising the general elections. We need what will make the general election credible, free, and fair. In that regard, we expect that the persons providing security at all the polling stations will be members of the Ghana Police Service, and not any police service. We are talking of Ghana Police Service. Not party security or party police. We don't want all such people around any polling station. Those who should provide security, The polling stations should be the Ghana Police Service and not any other destination. We don't have another country apart from Ghana. We want a safe country. We want a country that we can live in without any fear. A country that can provide us with all the security that we need. And therefore, I also want to call on the Inspector General of Police to ensure that all the police personnel who will be assigned duties on the polling day are actual members of the Ghana Police Service. Ghana Police Service that belongs to Ghana, and not one party or any group of people. So that at the end of it all, we will all be happy that the elections have gone well and there will be no dispute by anybody or any political party. That is the kind of elections that we expect. And this is my humble appeal to the Inspector General of Police. Now, having said all that, I want to thank Dr. Hassan Ayariga for making me the chairman for this function. And I want to thank all of you for your cooperation. Thank you very much.
My name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV.
Regional Chairman of APC, please stand by. After the closing prayer, you will take a photo with the presidential candidate. We have here a camera link Sling Studio. We found it. Found camera link, missing owner. So if you know it's yours, please come with your ID, and then I'll identify you and give you your property. At this point, we would like to invite the Upper East Regional Chairman of the All People's Congress to do the Islamic prayers for us. Let's put our hands together for Al-Haji Awudu Sanusi.
My name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV. Hi, my name is Charity, and you're...
APC! APC! Muna godiya Allah da mun zama haka. Akwai waɗanda sun fito nisa, waɗansu sun bi plane, waɗansu air, ba road, duka muna roƙon Allah, Allah kuma da gidan lafiya. Kuma Hassan kuma Allah ba shi dokaka. Allah ba shi dokaka. Don Hassan Ayariga na sunan kakansi ne, ni ma babansi ne, sunan babansi Abdullahi, ni ma sunana Abdullahi, ni babansi ne. Mun zo mu daga yaro mu ya hau bisa, ya hau ya kawo abinci mu ci, saboda sai muka zo na. So muna gode Allah da yanda muka zo mu koma da gidan lafiya, za mu karanta Fatiha kan wannan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, arrahmanirrahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صلاة على النبي الكريم.
Thank you very much. Alhaji will stay here. The other regional chairman will join Alhaji, and then the presidential candidate will also join them for a nice group photo. Regional chairman with the presidential candidate. Thank you so much to KOFI TV, GH1 TV, Light TV, City TV, TV Africa, Homebase TV, XYZ, and Radio Gold for covering this event for us. The second National Delegates Congress of the All People's Congress. Please stand in the middle here, and we'll take a photo. Where's Dr. Ayariga? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So we're doing some interviews right now. So media will have our interviews. The first interview up is GH1 TV. Okay, Telema. Telema, thank you very much. We need a bit of quiet. We have
fellow Ghanaians, your friend Nalan Ghani or Mezogbaza of Kafam the first, chief of Fufule. Some are catching that. Say Kafam the whole Ghana. To say you have a double do. Yet it is near Sancha Wachania Febre. Kafam, young Cocoa Promono, double do. Let's go for 40-liter bottle freezer free. I could have dispenser. Anani born here 2999. Say you have about 2499. 500 Ghana. Away! Yes, I'm a free media 20-liter microwave.
Don't pick any normal sushi.
Kafam, Kayansu, you're not a chow.
Kafam, you're the home appliances, no, a chowampa. Even in Dagbani. Kafam, will lie. So go to it. Ghana 640-liter side-by-side fridge. Well, aha. Now, and also, I have 4999. To say, I have about 3999. 1,000 cities. Away!
Wow! This boy is great. Now, Shahon Sway. I hope you can't Kubia. You made it Diagro. Brain syrup. Any anujieno. Brain syrup. It won't be an to say. Omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins P, and the glutamic acid. A woman mofra actually mudon, Nessa Mawapomudane. Brain syrup, Ubenya do a drugstore, a bay womo. Nidu dromudie, Freducard Pharmacy, a one cry, Okaishi Drug Lane, a was 0244 560 296.
Brain syrup. Emma mofra adwini mapomuden SCP esita
FDA ahwehwe saa adwadie nkrato yi mu agya to mu se eje.
Hello, welcome to Delegates. Here we deal in security locks, smart locks, intelligent locks, which are ideal for corporate institutions, for banks, real estate, forex bureau, and many more.
Here at UNAC, we have a variety of locks. This is our facial recognition lock, barometric lock. This is our little barometric lock. It's ideal for front aluminum glass doors.
You can locate UNAC Digital at Wager, SCC Junction off the DVLA road.
Call us on 0553 892370 or WhatsApp us on 0507 242299.
UNAC Digital.
I wanna share with you, and you can share with me. Come, let's share together. Oh, KTA Mobile, KTA Mobile. Technology worth sharing.
It's the future.
Whenever you're grinding or climbing and the energy's low, ruling, moving and grooving and the things go slow, whether chilling with your lover or on fire for dough, if you need a break, holla, bite, smile and flow. On Mama Royal Chocolate is the way to go, from 100% premium Ghana cocoa. For work, friends, family, oh that's for sure. On Mama Royal Chocolate, hey, give me some more.
delicious.
Incredible edible happiness. Cocoa Shenum. Into your Mama Royal chocolate, dear. It must be the world's richest real chocolate made from 100% premium Ghana cocoa. For bulk purchase, ring 0501 322 584. That's 0501 322 584. For the family and friends and workmates too. Oh, Mama Royal, I don't count too.
My name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV. Hi, my name is Charity, and you're watching KOFI TV.